What if I told you that you don't need a fancy dual monitor setup to become a profitable trader? That you can smash evaluation and funded accounts with a desk setup so simple it fits in a backpack. I'm Celine, a trader based in Bali, originally from Australia, and I built myself a minimal workspace that has transformed my trading game. Stick with me for the next 10 minutes and I'll show you why you don't need all the gear to get the results, how my stripped down setup has boosted my focus by up to 200%, and the exact desk setup I use to trade every day from here in paradise, without costing me a fortune. Let's start with a confession. When I first started trading ICT concepts, I thought I needed all the works. The fancy chairs, the dual monitors, the whole tech overload. I'd see traders online with massive setups, with screens everywhere, these flashy chairs, and I thought that's what I needed to succeed. But here's the thing. After months of struggling, my win rate was stuck. My stress was sky high and I just wasn't getting the results. And that's when I realized something didn't add up. I wasn't failing because I lacked gear. I was failing because I lacked focus. So I ditched the excess, went minimal, and everything changed. Now, today I'm not here to bash dual monitor setups. Of course they work for some traders and that's totally cool. But I'm here to show you that you don't need them to succeed. I've passed evaluation accounts and scaled up funded accounts with a desk setup as simple and as basic as it gets. And I've done it all while living a nomadic life here in Bali. I'm gonna walk you through why less can be just as powerful, the psychology behind a clutter-free space, and how my simple setup lets me trade with precision, anywhere, anytime. Let's dive in. All right, first let's tackle the idea that more screens equal more profits. It's easy to think that having 2 monitors, 3, even 5 monitors is going to give you an edge. More charts, more data, more control, right? Well, here's the reality check. More screens don't actually equal better trades. A study on workplace productivity from the University of Sussex found that multitasking across multiple screens reduces your focus by up to 40%. Every time your eyes switch from one screen to another, your brain has to reset. And this is called context switching. This is a silent drain on your mental energy. I myself used to have 3 screens. I'd be juggling charts, had live data feeds over here, and there were so many times when I would miss key setups because I was too busy trying to scan my charts and not spending enough time actually analyzing them. You don't need the extra screen to win. You just need to prioritize what matters. Let's flip this around. What if one screen used right could give you everything you need to trade like a pro? When I scaled back to using just one screen, I had to be ruthless about what I focused on. No more endless tabs and split screen views were distracting me. I picked one chart, for me that was the 1 minute, and just locked in on it. Suddenly, I started seeing patterns I'd overlooked before. My trades got sharper, my decisions were clearer, and there was no more chaos. I wasn't drowning in data anymore, I was mastering it. And the research backs this up. Single tasking environments can improve cognitive performance by up to 30%. That's not a small boost. That's the difference between a blown evaluation account and a passed account. But it's not just about screens, it's about your entire workspace. Picture this. You rock up to your desk ready to trade, but your desk is a war zone. I'm talking old coffee cups, random stacks of paper, tangled up cords. This was me a year ago. It wasn't just messy, it was messing with my head. Clutter isn't just physical, it's very much mental. And a study from Princeton found that visual clutter competes for your brain's attention, reducing your focus by up to 20%. Every time I sat down, I felt scattered before I'd even looked at my charts. So I went minimal, cleared my desk, and only left myself the bare essentials. Just a laptop, a small little notebook for my levels, and literally a glass of water. And you know what? The first day I traded like this, I felt the shift. My mind was calm and I was finally locked in. I took a trade on that day with a funded account and smashed a 2-hour trade, something I hadn't been able to do in the weeks prior when I had that old messy setup. Now let's get into the psychology, because that's when the real minimal setup really pays off. Trading isn't just about strategy, it is about your mental game. And I know we hear it all the time, but it is true. When you're surrounded by clutter or juggling multiple screens, your brain goes into overdrive. You're not thinking anymore, you're just reacting. And reacting in trading is what makes you lose. I learned this the hard way during the evaluation phase once. I had a very busy desk, I had alerts pinging off left, right, and center, and I overtraded one morning and hit my daily loss limit. That stung, but it taught me something huge. Simplicity isn't just a style, it's a strategy. A simple setup actually forces you to slow down and stick to the plan. It cuts the noise and lets you focus on what actually moves the needle. Price action, risk management, and discipline. literally nothing else. So what does my minimal desk actually look like? Well, let's break it down because I know you're all wondering. I trade from a villa here in Bali and my desk setup is as simple as it gets. I've got a 15-inch laptop, I have one screen connected to it, and that's it. I keep one chart open with 3 time frames, the 15-minute, the 1-minute for my entries, and the 4-hour for context. Next to it, I've got my little notebook that I just keep to jot down some key levels, and I just trade the plan. Pen and paper helps keep me grounded. And that's it. I've even got a rule that after the trading session, everything is cleared off and ready for the next session the next day. This setup costs under $1,000, but it has done more for my trading than any expensive rig ever could. But here's the real beauty of this approach. It's not just about focus, it's also about freedom. Trading from Bali means I'm often on the move. I've taken trades from beachside cafes, co-working spaces, even from the beach. With a bulky monitor setup, this would be tough because you're tied to one spot, one desk, one power outlet, and that's it. My minimal desk setup lets me trade anytime from anywhere. I remember this one time last month, I was waiting at a cafe for a friend. I had my laptop with me, so I opened the charts, ended up taking a clean trade, smashing a 3-hour trade, all while sipping a coconut. And that's what simplicity gives you. It's not just about better trading, but also about better lifestyle. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but Celine, I love my dual monitors. I trade multiple markets. Or I just feel more comfortable with more screens. And that's totally fine. I'm not saying you have to ditch them. What I'm saying is you don't need them to succeed. If you're tracking multiple markets, try using multiple tabs or using a split screen view. If you need news, try using your phone and just setting it up for major news events. And don't keep a live news feed pulling from your focus. And if it's about comfort, remember this. Real comfort comes from the consistent results, not from the extra gear. I've passed evaluations with one screen. I've scaled up funded accounts with one screen. You can be just as effective with less if done right. Let's talk results because I know you want proof. Since switching to this minimal desk setup 9 months ago, my evaluation win rate has gone from 42% to 67%. I'm spending half the time at my desk, usually under 3 hours a day. And you know what? Mentally, I'm a lot calmer. Trading honestly used to feel like a grind, but now it feels like a craft. And I'm not saying my setup is the only reason. Trust me, I've worked hard on my strategy to get to this point, but cutting the noise has let me execute my strategy to precision. It's like I've turned off that static in my brain. So how can you apply this today? Well, I'm not asking you to overhaul your entire workspace overnight, but start small. If you've got multiple screens, try just using one for one session and see how it feels. Clear your desk of anything non-essential. Yes, even that random stack of paper that's been sitting there for months. Limit your space to what you actually need to make decisions with. And here's a challenge. For 1 week, track how much time you spend distracted by extra screens or clutter. Be real with yourself. If you're flipping between monitors or staring at a messy desk, this is time that you're not trading. Cut it down and watch your focus sharpen. Let's just step back for a moment because this isn't just about trading setups. It's about a mindset. Simplicity is about removing what doesn't serve you. Whether that's a bad habit, an extra screen, or a losing approach. In trading, every decision counts. Every second of clarity matters. And when I streamlined my desk, I streamlined my focus. I stopped chasing every setup and started only focusing on my high probability setups. I stopped over trading and started over preparing. And that's the real takeaway here. You don't need all the bells and whistles to succeed in these markets. You just need what works for you. If this video resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notifications bell. I'll be dropping weekly content to help you level up your trading game. From mindset tips to strategy deep dives, all straight from my Bali base. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Let's build this community and turn those evaluation wins into funded wins. And until next time, keep it focused, keep it real, and I'll see you in those markets. Peace out.